Alright, so what we have here is a Kwikset knob with the quick key feature. You're supposed to be able to put this little tool in there and you can rekey this cylinder to whatever all your other locks are like. The problem with this is a storeroom knob, and what a storeroom knob is, on the inside the handle is always unlocked, so someone inside of a storeroom or closet or something can't get locked inside. The outside is always locked, and you can only open it with, if you put a key in, then you can open, but you can't remove the key with the lock in the unlocked position. You always have to lock it again in order to get the key out. So it's always locked. And this is supposed to be able to rekey it with this cylinder, but the problem is, because it's a storeroom, you can't turn this 90 degrees clockwise, which is what's required for the rekeying process. It only turns 90 degrees counterclockwise and then back. And the rekeying process requires you to first turn the key 90 degrees clockwise, then insert the tool, and then continue with the process. So I emailed support about how to do this, and they gave me an unhelpful response that said take the cylinder out and bring it to a store somewhere and have them use some tool to do it. So I couldn't find any videos talking about the storeroom knob and how to do this, so I figured it out on my own. I'm going to try to make a video to help other people. I'm not a locksmith, I'm a DIYer. So you can see when you actuate the lock, this piece here turns. Basically what we need to do is to pull this up, which will free the cylinder to turn 360 degrees. And when it's free to turn, that will allow us to do the procedure. We can set it 90 degrees clockwise and then do the whole procedure. I'll show you. So it's pretty simple once you realize how this works. First thing to take note before you do this is the orientation that this is in, with the tool slot on the left and the key vertical. Because like I said, when you move this up, you can spin this all the way around and get the key backwards, and that will affect how this lock works. So you want to be able to put it back the way it goes. So what I found, you can use a screwdriver, or I've got this chopstick right on the back side of the lock. There's this little silver piece. I can't really point to that very well here. This silver part right here, you see if I push that in, it connects to this. That little guy is what retains this, and if you use a little chopstick, you can stick it in here, and you can just kind of pry that to the side and then just hold it. I'm just pushing it against my chest here to hold that in the open position. Now you can see down into this little spot there. If I turn this key just a little bit, you see down in there, there's that little, down inside, that little brass looking piece down in there lines up with this slot. You're just turning the key ever so slightly from vertical. Let me flip it around here. It'll look basically like this. You're turning the key just a little bit counterclockwise, and that'll make that little pin down there line up with a hole. And when it lines up, you can lift this. I'm looking at the camera, I can't see what I'm doing. You can lift this up out of there. So if you pull that up and hold it up out of that hole, you can let go of this. Now this key should spin freely. See what I was saying? So if you're started here, now you can turn it 90 degrees clockwise, which is part of the keying process. You take your tool, press it firmly in like that. Once you got it in, you feel that little resistance goes away. So you can take the tool out. You can remove your key. Take your new key, slide it in, go back, you hear that little click, 180 degrees. And now this is rekeyed, so if you came back around, this key will come out and it'll operate again. So now you need to just remember where this was supposed to go originally. It would be vertical like this. We'll put it back at that cant. Come back to this side. Push that in. Get this to drop back down into the hole. Pull our chopstick out. There we go. Now we have can't move to the right, and it does operate the lock. And you can remove your key. It's that simple. It took me a little while to figure that out on my own, but support was not helpful. That's how you do it. Rekey the storeroom lock with the quick key feature. Hope you learned something.